Hi everyone, my name is Rishabh Tarve and I'm a second semester student and pursuing my BTech in Computer Science and Engineering, specialization with Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning from Function Up School of Technology. Till now, I have completed tech stacks such as HTML, CSS, JavaScript up to intermediate level. Also, we have learned basics of Java and we have practiced few lead code problems or DSA problems on lead code platform through Java programming language. Uh, Currently, we are learning in the second semester React and React front-end development. So in the React, we are currently learning use state hooks and creating few micro projects. So today we are going to discuss a micro project that I have created is Wishlist. So what's a wishlist? Whatever you want to purchase or to have a wish to get that, you enter in this which we have created. So let me show the how this works. So let's say uh, to read books. Let's say you wish to read books daily, so you update it, so that wish gets added. Similarly, you want that you to play games, you add that and it will get added. So this is the functionality and this is the kind of wish list which we have created, which is working in this way that you enter in the input field what wish you want and you update that with the help of update button, and that wish get added inside that wish list. So also we have added the functionality, you can see here the hover styling which we have implemented, and each of the wish that is coming we are entering is coming with a delete button. So one by one they get deleted, and also we have implemented a clear all button that all the wish gets deleted at once with a structure, you can see here with a color gradient or the layout of this wish list with a heading with an input box and two of the button and a wish list heading, and all the wish lists are coming under. So talking about this micro project we are creating inside the React. So let's move to the VS Code. To create this, to create React projects, you simply have to write this line of code such as npx create React app and give the name of your file. You must mention the lowercase so it won't cause any error. So I've given the list, given the name of my wish list. So it is being created. We already have a wish list, so we don't want. So we can simply leave that. So with the help of this command, your micro project will be created in the React and it will have a folder structure in this way. Talking about this, we already have it created. So let's delete this one. We don't want. So when that will be created, you simply have to start your terminal again. And if you want, you can continue from where you have started. Then CD is change directory and give the name of the file folder which you have micro project which you have given. And then the name of the file CD change directory and npm start. So that will be starting on your local host. So that was the part of how will you create your React projects. So this folder structure will be visible to you. In order to create the folder, create the project, you have to navigate to the src folder. Under the src folder, you will find app.js. So under the app.js, it will have pre-written codes. Delete all of them and use the code snippet as RFC. What RFC? RFC is a React functional component. So we write everything in JavaScript as a function. Similarly, in React, what simply we do, we simply write functional components. All those functions are being called as components here, and with the help of code snippet RFC, you will get a basic template which consists of import React from React and export default function, the name of your file app currently we have, and the return option will be there, and a div will be created. But we don't want all of them currently. So the first line of code is importing React library from React, and also we have created a wishlist.jsx, which I will discuss later on. And export default, what it simply does, it exports whatever you have created, the functional component, so you can access it any of the folders or any of the file which you want. After that, what you want to return to the web browser will be written under the return option. So we want to return the wish list which we have created. So let's discuss how you're going to create. Under the src folder, it is a prescribed method to create all of your components under a component folder. So we have created a component folder. Again, under the component folder, we have created a file wishlist.jsx. So .jsx extension is used when you want to implement the features of JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and XML. So that is about the extension which is being used here. So talking about the wish list we are going to create, we will use React web hooks such as use state, and with that use state hook, we are going to create our wish list. So talking about the first line of code we have written in the wishlist.jsx, I have given the name of my wishlist.jsx. You can name whatever you want. So to make it easy to understand anyone who can see our code or to make changes or to add contributions in case it is an open source project. So we have given the name specific to our project which we are creating. Talking about the first line of code which we have used here, import React and use state from React. It is importing the React library and use state hook from the React. Also import style from the folder location which where we have implemented. So talking about styling which we have provided in the wish list, you have seen it is a linear gradient and few stylings and CSS property. To add CSS property inside the component which you are creating, it is a prescribed method and being used by almost every developer, that you used a separate folder to add styling, and that styling folder must consist the name of your JSX file and in continuation with .module.css. So in order to access and in order to use the all the same names which everyone use, it will be a good practice to write your codes according to the that. Then you can import that styling with the name of your choice. So also here the prescribed method and practice to use the name as style. So where you want to implement that styling, you have to use the style dot notation and give the name of your class name or whatever you want. So here we have given the name of our CSS file as style, and we are importing it from the dot slash. So dot slash is symbolizing here that we are in the current folder, and the name of the file which you're using, wishlist.module.css. Similarly, when you will create, talking about when you will create this file, it will be empty uh, file. So you have to use the code snippet RFC. RFC will create a React functional component, and that functional component will give you this line of code by default, and this line of code without use state, because we are importing ourselves use state hook to use in this functionality. Talking about the after that, this will be created. What you simply will get this line of code return. So you want to create a wish list. So what wish list consists of? It consists of a box and the heading as a wish, and input box and update and clear all button, and a wish list heading again, and then all the wish lists get added when the user click on update. So one more thing to mention here, that you can't, in case of React, you can't return different HTML elements. So you simply have to return them inside the empty fragment. That is a practice and suggested way by the developers. Then I have given the div and given the main div class name as style.main container. So destructuring format is majorly used in case of React when you want to implement any of the functionality such as styling, and any other attribute is being called or being used, you have to destructure them. And here we are giving the class name to add functionality. So we are using style.notation, which I have told you, and given the name of my div as main container. Talking about the next div which we have created here, class name as style.heading. So as I've already told you, the wish list which you are going to create have a heading as wish. So I've given the name of my div as wish. Now we have created an input box. So that input box will containing the type as text. So I've given the attribute type as text. Class name as style.input box. So whatever functionality we want to implement to that input box will be get called. Then value we have stored. So value attribute, what it does, it simply stores that value what users enter. So I've stored it inside the value attribute, and on change functionality which we have used. So whenever that changes, we also will use that functionality with the help of on change. arrow function, I will discuss it later on. Talking about the buttons we have created after the input box, which I have shown to you, update button and clear all button. With the help of button tag, we have created those buttons and given the name of my buttons as class name as style.update box and style.clear all box. Also, we have added the on click functionality. So whenever the user clicks on it, we have uh, added the destructure format of few function as handle click and another function as clear all. We will discuss how this will work. Talking about the next, we have created the style.wishlist. So the first portion of the wishlist has been created, a name wish has been given, an input box has been given, and two buttons have been given. After that, we have seen that the wishlist heading is being displayed in the wishlist. So that we have used the h1 tag to show that. Then a UL tag we have created. So whatever wish the users want, it should be added in a ordered list, unordered list we want. So we have used the UL tag, and that UL tag is being used with the help of uh, JavaScript map method, and that map method will get implemented with the help of item.index and the functionality we are going to use here. Talking about the delete button that each of our wish is being having, we have implemented the on click and handle delete button we have created and handle delete functionality, and that index will be stored as that item. So talking about the last line of code which we have implemented here, that UL tag we have created. So whatever wish the user had should get added in the wish list one by one, and that one by one we are talking about should get only be used with the help of UL tag, and that UL tag we have given the class name as list, so we can add functionality to that UL tag. Talking about the uh, next line of code we have is wishlist.map. So what map method that which simply maps your maps the functionality which you want. So here we have used the wishlist.map and stored the item and index. So whatever the users enter it with will get stored in the item, and it will have an index uh, provided by the map method. So under that we have used the li tag. So list items, so whatever the users enter will get list under the li tag. So this all will be going to happen under the li tag and given the class name as list, child.list, and key as index and item as. So with the help of arrow function, we have used the map method, and map method is storing all the values of the user going to enter. And then we have added the button. So delete button will be automatically being created whenever a new wish is being created in our wish list. And that will we have added the functionality as on click handle delete. So on click function, what it's going to do, it's going to delete the functionality from our on click, and that li we have created is going to use. Talking about the use state we are going to use here. So what use state is used to store and access of the state variable of our functional component. Uh, so by default, the value which you provided here, which you can provide here, will be the default value of your use state. So here we have provided an empty string, no default value we have provided. Also, it returns two values. One of them is the state value itself, and second is the functional updated value. So here we have stored them with the help of const, and array has been created. So to return those value, one of them is the state value and second is the updated function state value set with. Similarly, we have again used the use state and stored. Currently, we are returning it in a default as array. So second of them is the wishlist and set wishlist, which we have created as the updated state value. Talking about the handle click, which I have told you about, which we have implemented here, that here handle click. So whenever the users click on update button, a handle click functionality we have implemented with the destructuring format. That handle click, what it simply does, it checks whether it's a empty. So that can be possibility that users doesn't enter anything in the input box and directly click on the update button. So we have added check for that. If wish.trim it's not equal to empty, if it's not empty, that then my handle click should work. And set wish list, which we have the updated function use state, will get updated with the help of rest operator, and that wish list will get updated with the wish we have used. Now again set wish we have make it default to the empty string, so my set wish will be set to the empty string. Talking about the clear all button which we have created. So function clear all, whenever someone will use that, set wish list will be empty. So the button which we have created here on click clear all, for the clear all button which we have created, and we have used that function and given the description for my function as function clear all. When someone will click that clear all button, set wishlist, the use state, current use state value all will be cleared off. So we have passed the empty array, so the array will be empty. Similarly for the handle delete, so each of the wish that is going to be added with the help of user will have a delete button which we have imparted here, imported here as the button. So that on click functionality handle delete which we have implemented here with the help of index, that is being coming from the map method which we are storing. So that handle delete function what will simply does const update wish list. So we have used the dot filter method, and dot filter method what it simply does, the item which is currently present here, with the help of the arrow function we have stored that whenever the user clicks on that handle delete button, the current index for that item will get deleted from the array, and set wishlist will be updated with the current wishlist updated function value update wishlist. So this is all the functionality which we have implemented here. And talking about the export default which we have used here. So you have created this wishlist component. You want to access it inside the app.js where this will be rendered in the web browser. To access that, we have used that export default, and in the app.js, you simply see we have imported the wishlist from dot slash. So in the current directory, it is going to specify, and the component slash wishlist, the folder location, file folder and file location. And we have called that wishlist component, so it get renders on the web browser. Talking about the module.css for our wishlist, we have implemented few of the functionality that our main container should have a border 1 pixel solid black background image should have linear gradients. As you are seeing, two mixture colors are being shown in the web browser when my wishlist is being displayed. It should have a border radius, so the border should be curved, and width should be 35 rem relatively. Similarly for the height and margin, somewhat all the functionality of the styling which we want. Talking about the main functionality that we want, the list items. The list items are overflowing, or it is coming out of the box. So we have used the overflow y scroll and max height as 25 rem. Similarly for the list item, we have used the display as flex, justify content space between, and list style type disk. Now the delete button which we are using will get automatically added. So all those delete buttons will have a hover effect, and that delete button we have implemented as the font size as 20 pixel and background color similarly. So that was the styling for this wishlist which we have created. So let's try to run our wishlist which we have created. So in the terminal, what you simply have to write, you have to cd change directory, then give the name of your file which you have created. So here we have used the name as wishlist. Now npm start. So npm start is the line of code which will start your React micro project, and it will host it on the local host. So when you will press enter, it will get started. So our wish list has been created, and whatever I was talking about to create the wish list, to read books, you wish to read books daily, so that is my wish. So when you click on the update button with the help of map method and in the UL tag, that wish is being added under the wish list, and the delete button is also coming. Talking about the hover effect and the scroll that I was talking about, let me show you when number of wish is getting going to be added in our wish list. What we simply we are seeing here is a scroll effect is already being implemented. That scroll effect is being used with the help of styling which we have implemented, and one by one all the delete button is coming when you are adding new wish, and that delete button is functional because whenever you delete that with the help of delete button, that is being deleted. Clear all button which I have implemented, that the array should be cleared and it should be empty when you click on the clear all. So that's all for this micro project wishlist. Thank you. Have a great day.